Okay, so once we grasp the concept of forward serpentine, then backward serpentine is going to pretty much be a little bit easier. It's the same thing going back. So the key thing with getting the hang of backward serpentine is just to know what these objects are. You know, even though you don't see them, you should know where these objects are because we passed them, so to speak. These fixed objects not going to be moving, so even though you can't see them, you should have a good idea of what's behind you and where. So right here, you can see two cones to the left side of my bus. You can see the cones right here that we're finna start at, and that one cone down there that we're gonna end at. Same on our right side. You can see this cone in your bottom mirror that we're finna start at. And then all the way back there, you can see that cone that we're gonna be ending at. So then, you know we got cones behind us. So even though you can't see them, we know that we got 3 cones behind us because we just passed through those 3 cones as we was going forward. So same thing applies here. So when we going in reverse, release my parking brake, put it in reverse. Since we going back, blow my horn 2 times. So I'm gonna be backing straight up. And same thing, so once my rear wheels get to that cone, I'm gonna stop, and then I'm gonna pick a side that I wanna go to. So just because I feel like I'm a little bit closer to my left side, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it to my left so I ain't gotta worry about no tail swing. So I'm gonna turn my wheel to the left. So I'm gonna turn it to the left. So that means I'm gonna be looking in my right mirror for 3 cones. So 3 cones in the middle. So I see 3 right there. So again, don't get confused. I know depending on how you look at it, you can get really confused. So them 2 cones in the back are one right there, and over there in the other corner, them to start, those are end cones. But then you see these 3 cones in the middle. That's what we're looking for, the 3 cones in the middle. So as soon as I see this first cone that's right up here next to my bus, I don't have to turn my wheel no more. So I'm gonna straighten out my wheel, and then I'm gonna back straight towards that cone. So that's about as much space as you need. You don't need a ton of space. The closer the better, actually. So again, once I see that cone get by my tire, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna turn my wheel to the right, and then I'm gonna be going right around that cone, wrapping around. So again, we got 2 more cones back there in the middle. They gonna disappear behind our bus. So now I wanna be looking over here to my left. So as you can see, you got those 2 cones back there. That's gonna be our finish point. And then I'm gonna be looking for 1 more cone right there. That's as much space as I need so I can turn it back so that I can straighten out my wheel. And I'm just gonna be backing straight towards that cone. All right, so once that cone get lined up with my tire, I'm gonna stop. Now I'm gonna turn it all the way to my left. Now that it's turned all the way to my left, I'm just gonna hold it. We're gonna wrap around. So now I can see I got 1 more cone that's in the middle right there. It's gonna disappear behind my bus. So now I'm gonna be looking for it on my right side. Again, don't get confused with that cone because that's just the cones that we're gonna be going through at the end. So I'm still looking for 1 more cone that's gonna be in the middle. And that is right there. So now I don't have to keep turning out no more. So I'm gonna turn my wheel back straight, and I'm gonna just back at this angle right here. So once I see that cone right there by my rear tire, I'm gonna stop. Now I'm gonna turn it to my right. So now we see that we got 1 cone right there, then another cone right there. So since we back in between those 2 cones, what you want to do is you want to see 1 cone on each side of your bus. So 1 cone right there, and then another cone right there. So I don't have to keep turning my wheel. I can straighten out my wheel so that I can back straight through it or back through it at a diagonal. And again, I like to use my left side as a reference. You can just see a whole lot better. So once I can see that my rear left tire is lined up with that cone pretty much, now I can turn it to my left. I'm gonna turn it to my left so that we can just come back in this way. So I'm turning it to my left, and it's gonna swing the front of our bus to the right. So now that we pretty much centered, now we can just back straight on through. And then you're gonna see this cone pass our door, and then that's it.